You're now listening to the Fullerton Unfiltered podcast. Straightforward, no nonsense business advice. Completely unfiltered. Grow your business. Grow your life. Now, here's your host, Brian Fullerton.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to another episode of the Fullerton Unfiltered podcast. It's your host, Brian Fullerton here, hanging out with you guys here bright and early Monday morning. And I do apologize for not getting this podcast out to you guys first thing bright and early Monday morning. I know some of you guys here, are listening to the podcast first thing 6, 7, or 8 in the morning as you guys get your day started, your week started, and get that daily pump of motivation. Hey, what I wanted to do is just hang out with you guys for a few minutes here. We've got some great announcements that we're going out over the weekend, and we want to make sure that we catch you guys up to speed and let you know about all the exciting news and details of a couple different things, couple different topics that I think a lot of you guys will want the info for. So here's what I'm going to call this episode. It is our weekly recap of all the special announcements that came out over the weekend, and I don't want you guys to miss out. So I'm really excited about this podcast episode. It'll be fun. We've got some great designs from Lawntrepreneur Academy that announced. We've got some great events coming up in Tampa, Florida. We've got some family announcements that I'm really excited about. And then we've also got a conference that's going to be coming up in summer that some of you guys might want a little bit more information on. So let's do this really quick. Let's get with the show sponsors, the show announcements, and kick it over to Marty, Mr. Producer, who we always appreciate bringing the show to you guys, usually Monday, Wednesday, Friday, which we're going to restart that whole ramp-up process here around the first part of March. But right now, that weekly Monday show, or maybe even Tuesday morning, depending on when you guys are listening to this. So let's kick it over to the best producer in the biz, and we'll come right on back.
You love being outside, breathing fresh air, and making your clients happy with a beautifully manicured lawn. I love the smell of freshly cut grass in the morning. Marketing, not so much. Visit LawntrepreneurAcademy.com as we have just added 11 new postcard designs to go along with the 4 seasonal card designs from last year. Get new customers with these world-class, attention-grabbing promotional pieces showcasing your services. These postcards are print-ready with amazing pictures, and we have a professional printer ready to serve you. Just add your specific info, have them printed, pass them out to prospective customers, and grow your revenue and profit. New postcard designs include sod installs, paver patio and retaining walls, irrigation installs and repairs, fertilizer and weed control, aeration and overseeding, mulch installation, hedge trimming and pruning, and many more. Brian also provides a 15-minute training video to walk you through the process and maximize your marketing efforts. Go to the next level with these 11 new eye-catching postcards exclusively at LawntrepreneurAcademy.com. LawntrepreneurAcademy.com.
All right, good deal, guys. Well, hey, here's my life story the last 4 or 5 days, or maybe even the last week. It has been an absolute blur. I'll tell you guys what, this last week, Sunday, Monday, so we're talking 7, 8 days ago, I was burning the midnight oil, finishing up some great touches on some new resources from Lawntrepreneur Academy. And then as we went into the work week, I actually didn't sleep very much that Sunday night because I was buttoning up a bunch of things over Saturday and Sunday to, release to you guys early Monday this last week. Well, as you guys know, when you start off the week not on your stride, you kind of stumble into the week because you only got about 4 hours of sleep. We go into the week and we are meeting up with the Almonds in Waco, Texas. So Texas, y'all. So Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, we were down in Waco, and just a beautiful time down there. As you guys can imagine, lots of laughter, lots of food, lots of fun, and not a lot of sleep. As we go through that whole process, and there's some announcements, and I'll get into the why we were down there part, we come back, and I'm hosting lawn care rookie Naylor, who was literally just left yesterday. And we were podcasting. He came up here to do some video, his Get to Know the Pro, and just shoot some in-person content for his new podcast, the LCR Media Podcast. Shout out to Naylor. So if you think about this last 7 or 10 days, it has been a very demanding, very crazy week and a half. And outside of that, a couple YouTube videos, couple FPO2 videos, which really my YouTube channel, I've kind of taken a little hiatus for, like I kind of do in December and January. I'm all about consistency, but sometimes I have to downshift a gear to be able to create other content and other resources, and then I come back to the YouTube channel and ramp that thing up again. And frankly, for us, we're a lawn care YouTube channel. We do some stuff with snow removal, but the views usually dip any which way. But you know what? We're about to turn that corner here as we go into spring. So that has been my last 7 to 10 days, and there's been a lot going on behind the scenes. So first one I want to talk about, most of you guys saw the photo on Instagram, photo on Facebook, and the community post on our YouTube pages is Liz and I are pregnant. So we are very, very excited about that. It was a cool announcement that we were able to share Sunday afternoon. And wow, I mean, the reception was crazy. I saw like 5,000 likes on the photos, 400 or 500 comments, all this kind of stuff. And I'm like, man, that's like really, really cool. And I had people commenting, make sure your baby's on our due date's around late July. So I had a lot of people saying, pick this day because it would match with my birthday. And I just thought it was kind of a different world that we're living in, where I'm like just some random lawn care guy or YouTube guy, if you will, and people want to have my kid be on the same birthday as them. So there's a level of fanboyishness there, which was kind of funny and appreciated. But it was so cool to see the comments and all the encouraging words. And I think about 100 of you guys shot me DM saying congratulations. Another 10 of you guys shot me DM saying who's the father, and which is always fun, always great as well. So many of you guys send comments saying, hey, now you can buy all the tactical baby gear, which is like a dad brand of like dad baby, gear, for like the diaper bag and the stroller, which is funny because Liz and I have all of it. We already bought it all about 2 months ago because there's some good sales going on for Black Friday. And for some of you guys that know, some of you guys that don't know, we did a podcast episode that I shared, the live speech I did from Lawntrepreneur Academy live, and we were talking about the fact that Liz and I actually had a miscarriage. So we had high highs. There were some low lows. We were very excited, then of course devastated. And that was a tough fall. That was right around Thanksgiving time frame, and only about 4, 5, maybe 6 people knew that we were pregnant. But this was something that we were so excited about, and unfortunately, like 6 to 8 weeks in, we lost the baby. It didn't really take, if you will, and we who knows what really happened, obviously. But unfortunately, that was really, really tough. So we were dealing with all this stuff with the live event, trying to make it happen with shutdowns and new shutdowns and then new restrictions. And it felt like the world was kind of caving in. If you guys think about some context, it's like the live event was about to get snuffed out, the baby situation. So it was a tough fall. It's been a crazy last 3-4 months, outside of all the COVID stuff, outside of all the life stuff that we all deal with, right? But this is our rainbow baby, and we were very, very excited. We talked about standing in faith and standing in victory, even when you're in the storm, in our speech. And it was an older podcast episode, maybe 2 months ago. Maybe Mr. Producer can plug that in the show notes. But we were standing in faith that we're going to win, and we're going to see this thing through, and we're going to have victory, and we're going to start a family. Well, what we did not know is that literally as we're like professing this and just like, claiming our future, Liz was actually pregnant at the event. How cool is that? So God is good. He's on the throne. He's good during the good times. He's great during the bad times, man. And so for us, it was just super, super exciting news. Liz's dream is always wanted to be a mom, always wanted to be a stay-home wife and a stay-home mom. And we're a little bit more conservative like that, a little bit more traditional. And we're really, really excited about making her dreams come true. And boy, has she been nesting. She's been buying the things. She's been shopping the things. She's been has all these dreams and ideas on Pinterest. And we're going to take the spare room that we have at our apartment here, and that'll be the first little baby nursery. That's our only kind of problem, not problem, but thing that we wish we could change was we wish we had the house already, right? We wish we had the final house, so we already had the nursery done, and she could decorate. I could let my wife just do, she's been supporting my dream for the last 4 or 5 years, doing all this whatever, YouTube stuff, and growing the lawn care business, and just, reinvesting the money, guys, like not taking anything out of the businesses, paying off debt. A couple little niceties this last, 12 months. But this is really her dream. And I'm like, hey, carte blanche, whatever you want. You like it, you buy it, and I just want to bless her fully so she can live that dream, because she supported mine for the last 5 years and I want to support hers. Right. So we're really, really excited. A lot of you guys were asking if we know the gender yet. We're actually not picking the gender. We're going to let the baby pick the gender when it's 9 years old, and its pronouns. Just having fun, okay? Oh, boy. Not even going to get into it. Yes, we're going to find out the gender. We're going to do, it's like a little, like, the extra ultrasound. Some of you guys have been through this. You guys know what I'm talking about. If you're a single guy right now, I'm sure you're rolling your eyes or hitting, the skip ahead 30-second mark, right? But we're going to pick the gender, or find out the gender, I should say. We got to go to one of those extra little boutique ultrasound places because you don't really find out the gender till like 20 weeks. But the fact that we're like 14 or almost 15 weeks, we can probably find that out now. So we're going to find out, and then probably sometime, around that 20-week time frame, do a public gender reveal party. And for all of you guys that hate gender reveal parties, so do I. But you know what? Happy wife, happy life. And if you want to stay married, you're doing the gender reveal party, if you know what I'm saying. So, so we're really excited about that. People always say, what do you guys want, boy or girl? And then like the traditional thing people say is just healthy. We just want a healthy baby. For me, I'm dead set on having a boy. Liz, she's dead set on having a girl. We're not going to be disappointed if we have, either one. But you know what? She goes, I grew up as a girl. I don't want any girls. They're crazy. And I said, well, I'm a boy. I grew up as a boy. I said, I don't want any boys. I'm telling you what. It's she goes, well, they're going to be like crazy drama girls, like girls are crazy. I said, yeah, well, boys go around humping everything. So how do you think I feel? So she goes, what? I go, get ready for having boys. So I'm sure all the dad jokes will come out. My life's going to change. But you know what? Here's the deal. We're still committed to bringing the content and helping you guys grow your business. And you know what? Dad life and family life is what we've been dreaming about big time this last few years. And so we're very, very thankful, very, very blessed. The home, the car, the four-wheeler, great family life, and very, very blessed with my wife, Liz. And now we get to add kids to the mix. So Fullerton Party of 3. One of you guys were saying, are you going to change the name on our second channel on YouTube, which is our family channel? If you guys haven't checked this out, we have so many fun videos out there, just behind the scenes stuff. But that's going to be called Fullerton Party of 2, or it is called Fullerton Party of 2. But somebody was asking, are we going to have Fullerton Party of 3? And then Fullerton Party of 4. And I said, that's a fun thought. It's an idea. We haven't really went down that route or anything like that. But I think we're going to keep it FPO 2 because it's really to Liz and I. It's about our marriage first, and then the family second. Our kids aren't going to be running the show. We're going to have our kids part of our family, but I've heard somebody say is don't forget to pay attention to each other along the way because kids grow up and they leave the house, man. And when you're 40 and 50 and you're empty nesters, you got to make sure that, you guys are coming back to each other. So we might keep it FPO 2, but, we're going to be showing the kids and doing all this stuff. But I don't think it's going to be like a traditional family vlogger channel. I don't want to go that route where, David lost his tooth. I don't want to do all that. Although David After Dentist is a really good video for some of my oldie YouTube subscribers back in the day. So that's announcement number 1. And that might be interesting to you, maybe not be interesting to you. It's super interesting and exciting to me. And Liz comes out and she goes, "You are the father." So, which I guess is a good thing, right? So that's baby announcement. Or announcement number 1 is the baby. Announcement number 2, shifting gears a little bit, is to the Lawntrepreneur Academy. Sincerely, I'm super excited about some new resources for you guys that are so much requested topics from you guys. Number 1. We have a new resource. It is the How to Hire and Retain Good Employees training program. It's 2 videos in there. One is the mindset and the thought process of hiring and firing. And then number 2 is just honestly the mechanics, like who to find, where to find, what to say, what to do. They're both about 20+ minute videos. We give you the MP3s, by the way. and every resource that we have, you guys get the videos and you can watch them. So you buy a training program, it's in your account, you get instant access to it, and right on the website there, you also get access to all the MP3s. So if you can't watch the videos, but you want to take them with you, you can download those MP3s and take them with you while you're mowing grass, which is really, really exciting. So same thing with the how to start or how to hire new employees training program. If you can't sit there and watch the videos for 20 minutes each, which I don't blame you, take those MP3s with you and listen to them while you're mowing grass or plowing snow. If you're trying to hire your first employees, or you don't know what to say, or here's one that I really made this whole program focused around this one sentence: you just can't find good help anymore. Or I just can't find good help anymore. And although it's more tough to find help, it's not impossible. And Amazon finds people, Chick-fil-A finds people, Marriott Hotels finds people. There's still great people out there. It's just the way you're doing it might be different than it was 10, 15, 20 years ago. And I'll be honest with you, it is way more competitive, but we can't make excuses that you can't find good people. Because if your business is going to grow, if you want your business to grow and you want to hire people, and I mean from your first guy that's just on the trimmer all the way to, hiring an office manager, there's still good people out there. You just need to know where to find them. And so whether you're brand new or a seasoned vet, I think you can find some really good value and resource out of that program. It's $30. You can't beat that. Number two, and this was something that I've been trying to work on for quite a few months over the off season. It really, the programs take 10 to 15 hours to put together. They take a lot of time building the website, building all the videos, all the thumbnails, the MP3s. It's a lot. But really, it was the last 3 to 6 months of me writing down notes and thoughts on my phone and building this, building the topics, building the script, building all these ideas that I want to cover. So, for example, in that training program, the How to Build Your Team and Legitimize Your Business training program, which is $99, it is the most condensed, meat-packed. I don't know if that's a great adjective, but it is the most meat I've ever put in a training program for sure, bar none. Especially talking about the business, not like, hey, here's how to sling mulch, here's how to do aerations, here's a $25 downloadable, editable commercial contract. Those are all great videos and resources to kind of do the business, but to structure the business. So inside that training course, there's like 6 or 7 different modules. One is why you're building your team, how to structure your team, what your team looks like, and why you need to build a business team around you. When we had Tom Wheelwright on the show, and Tom Wheelwright talked about that. He goes, business is a team sport. And that was actually the takeaway question I asked him. I said, Tom, all things being said, what's something that you would leave your nephew or, your son? And he said, Brian, and he didn't even hesitate. He said, Brian, that business is a team sport. He goes, focus on what you can control and do what you're supposed to do as a 9 or 10, and then hire out all the other people around you. I thought it was a great idea. But sometimes we don't know what that actually looks like, right? So in that training program, we talked about why you need to have a business team around you. But then we talked about an LLC versus an S Corp. So it was talking about taxes and hiring a CPA and the right entity choice. Another module was all things insurance. I get that question a bunch. Hey, what kind of insurance should I get? Well, I got liability insurance. I'm good to go. And I'm like, there's a couple more insurances out there you might want to evaluate. And then they go, well, I got the commercial auto too. And they think it's like the 1-2 punch. And typically that's all you see talked about on Instagram and Facebook and like the groups and all these comments. But I covered about 11 other insurances that you might want to evaluate having. I mean, I have a whole list. I joked on podcasts before, never ask your insurance agent if you want more insurance. I know that answer firsthand and that experience firsthand because we have a lot of insurance. But you know what? To me, it's peace of mind. It's money well spent. It's an investment into my business, our family, so on and so forth. So we have a how to set up the right structure, what to ask a CPA if you never had a CPA, all these kind of things. That's module 1. Another one's with your insurance agent. Another one's what lawyers to have on retainer and what kind of questions you need to ask them and what kind of lawyers you need for this certain type of topics, like copyright and trademark, intellectual property, merger and acquisition. There's a lot of different lawyers that I listed that are examples that you might need as your business grows. So even from day 1 or year 5, really, really good stuff in there because you're like, man, I got this question. Who do I go to? Well, I don't have the lawyer to refer you to, but if you Google that type of lawyer, at least you can hit the ground running, know what kind of questions to start asking and who to go to. Does that make sense? We have another one about banking and your banker, which is really often overlooked and glossed over or not even mentioned at all when you're building your business team. Talked about your banker, their role, what to do with them. So by the way, if you took advantage of the EIDL loans, the PPP loans, the SBA loans, I kind of hinted and talked a little bit about that kind of stuff. And then what else did we talk about? Bookkeeper, we talked about your payroll, questions to ask them, how often to talk to them, what should they be doing, who should be talking to who should not be talking to who. We cover all of that. So it's such a meaty training program. Each video is like 20 to 25 minutes, and we go down every rabbit hole that you guys can imagine. So we talked about why an LLC S Corp versus why just being a sole proprietor and just putting it on your personal return. We talked about all these different topics. So if you're just getting started in business, or maybe you're in like year 1 to year 3, and you're like, hey, I don't really have a bookkeeper, or I don't really have a payroll person. And you're like, I don't really think I need that. I haven't needed them yet. Well, don't continue that thought process forever, because if you want to grow, you're going to need your business team to grow. And there's good people to have on your team, and there's roles that they should fulfill. And so we cover all of that. I'm telling you what, it is probably my favorite resource that I can now point people to when they say, hey, how do I start a business? Outside of the mower to buy, the trailer to get, the postcards to design. That's the how to start your own business lawn care training program for $99, which is a steal. But then it's like, well, how do I legitimize it? How do I build my team? How do I use a CRM? How do I use QuickBooks, right? All that is covered in the follow-up program. That's just kind of the 202 version. Does that make sense? So I'll tell you guys what, I'm super excited about those 2 resources dropping on Lawntrepreneur Academy. Tons and tons of great info there. And I mean, honestly, guys, think about it. If you're going into the next year, 2021 or beyond, and you need to hire good employees or build your team, I hope that these resources are evergreen to help the newest guy to the 5-year guy. And I think they are a tremendous asset and resource for you guys to learn how to grow a real business. And by the way, this was all stuff like I've talked about on podcasts previous that was a complete enigma that I did not know, that I did not have my business set up for just 4 years ago. And I was like, what do all these people do? How do they get all this stuff done? And then I realized, hey, dingbat, they have a business team. They have people that are helping them. They have professionals that they hire and enlist. And so just a few years ago, my business was very sloppy. We were the shoebox guy. I had all my receipts in a shoebox. I was doing things on Excel. Fast forward 4 years, things are a lot more polished. And that is a good thing for taxes. And if you ever get audited, or if you're ever like trying to get a loan, like our business is very professional. I feel very comfortable, very confident. You could audit me right now. I wouldn't care less. It'd be a big headache and a frustration, but everything's by the books. I mean, just the peace of mind, being able to know that I can sleep at night without having to worry about an audit or something crazy. Hey, dude, like we're open book. If you want to check out anything, I got this guy's number, this guy's number, this guy's number. We can get you this report in 30 seconds or less. And we don't have the, I think I joked on a previous podcast. It looked like the Joker movie with all the knives in a circle. Like that was like my receipt box with the shoe box this time, end of year. So if you don't want to have that happen to you in 2022, January, February, March, as we go into tax season, start now. So that's some great things that we added to Lawntrepreneur Academy. We also have some more resources here that I want to talk to you guys about that are probably the most requested resource ever. And I'm very, very excited about these. We're going to do this. I'm going to take a sip of water. I'm going to catch my breath. And I'm going to come on back here with 11 new resources that just dropped on LawnTrepreneurAcademy.com that I want to talk about. So let's kick it back over to Marty, Mr. Producer, the best producer in the biz. And we'll come right on back.
Time now for a Fullerton Unfiltered Rewind.
What is that transformative process? You're talking about maybe they don't believe in themselves as when they came into your company or around you, and now they leave knowing about.
So we've got to go backwards in time.
Yeah.
Right before I was ever on YouTube or anything.
Yeah.
Okay. So guys would come in and I would just show them what to do, and I would do it.
Yeah.
And that's the key.
Yeah.
Is they got to see the consistent delivery. It's living by example.
Yeah.
Right. And so there's nothing special about this whole process. It's you get up every single day and you're on time at 7 a.m.
Yeah.
You work if the job ends at 5, work till 5. If the job is not over, you work till 6. If the job's not over, you work till 7 p.m. You just do what you expect other people to do. And when people see that you're doing those things, this is a real thing, then they tend to just fall in line and do that.
You can catch up on previous episodes you may have missed or need to hear again at LawnTrepreneurAcademy.com.
Are you ready to make some serious money this winter with snow and ice management services? Are you looking to position yourself as an industry professional and to protect your bottom line from issues like unstable salt prices? Don't get left out in the cold this winter. Head over to debtfreelandscaper.com to check out the highly sought-after commercial and residential snow plowing contracts. These agreements are available for internet download and are easy to edit and make your own. Debtfreelandscaper.com, the green industry's most professional resource for lawn and landscape landscaping contracts, hiring employees and subcontractors, and where you'll find the same money-making commercial snow contract that numerous contractors like Brian Fullerton have used to dominate the snow and ice management industry. DebtFreeLandscaper.com. Head over to DebtFreeLandscaper.com to get access to these incredible resources today and put yourself in a position to plow through the competition.
At Fullerton Unfiltered, we are proud to partner with Equipment Defender. You can organize, secure, and protect your equipment. All Equipment Defender racks fit open and enclosed trailers, plus they offer racks for trimmers, edgers, backpack blowers, and more. And Brian's 10 saves you 10%. Now, back to the show.
All right, good deal, guys. Well, let's just jump right back into it. So 11 new resources that we have available on LawnTrepreneurAcademy.com. You guys ready for it? We have 11 plug-and-play postcard and door hanger designs that you can now literally download the art file, use them on Vistaprint or our preferred vendor, which is Postcard Mania. Get these printed up and instantly have marketing materials for your lawn and landscaping business. I've never been more excited about resources like this ever, because my go-to 1-2 punch for marketing is always yard signs and postcards. Now, yard signs are pretty generic. You guys could make those up at a print shop. The bottom line, though, with postcards is, if you've ever made postcards, you guys know they're like the funnest thing to design. They're cool. When you get yours, you're like, oh, man, that's my design. The problem is that they take usually 2 to 10 hours of back and forth and emails and changes and edits and revisions. It's usually $100 to $150 minimum per design from a graphics designer or your print shop, right? And so, guys, imagine this. You're cutting grass, you're doing the deal, you're busy, you're tired. You get this email back with a revision. Hey, where were we at on this? What revision are we looking at? All this kind of stuff. And you're kind of like, man, this is going to take forever. And then you just say, screw it. I don't know. I don't even want to deal with this anymore. I've been there. I've been there so many times with postcards, postcard designs, revisions, updates, where frankly, I didn't update or revise my postcard design for like a decade. It had said like, over 10 years in business. Well, we're like 14 years in business or whatever. But I had the design, my old design, to where I liked it, where I didn't mind not updating it, because it was just frustrating. Even with a good print shop that I have, a different client that's made these ones, or a different vendor that made these ones. But still, it was just so frustrating. Well, I'll tell you guys transparently. It's so funny, because I remember this exact conversation the same time last year in March. I was talking to my boy Dylan Solo Cuts, Dylan Steven with Solo Cuts Landscaping in Ohio. Shout out to Dylan. And he's a great dude. And we were just talking. The season was about to bust and break out, and we were ready to rock and roll. And then COVID happened and Michigan got shut down, and somehow Ohio was still able to work. But which is exciting for them. And but I remember being at the Home Depot parking lot. I was like, dude, I got these postcard designs. I'm super excited about them. They're going to be plug-and-play resources, man. All you have to do is slap your name on the back. Slap your name, your logo, your phone number, call to action, whatever you want. So the front of the postcards are like spring, summer, fall, winter, right? There's 4 different core postcards, and they're $75 each. You buy the bundle, I think it's $249, which saves you 25% or whatever it is, right? 4 postcard designs for like $249. Are you freaking kidding me? Like, you guys have no idea how excited I am about this. I know what it's like to design postcards, the time, the investment, and then sometimes you even get them back and you're like, that's not the direction I was thinking or the direction I was hoping to go in, right? So these are plug and play. Literally, they're as generic as possible. I mean, if you offer the basic services of like lawn care, shrub pruning, maybe aerations, and sling and mulch, like they're so generic, but they're pretty specific, but they're generic enough to almost any new guy. And I don't care if you're 18 years old and it's your first year in business, you should be able to use these plug and chug. And by the way, if you don't have one of those services, no big deal. Just tell the person that you're too busy to take that service on, maybe sub it out to another friend, or just give it to somebody else. And that way you don't feel bottlenecked with the postcard. Like, for example, we had sprinkler repairs on there and installation and winterization. And I realized not everybody did that. So we've already modified the design to replace that with shrub pruning, right? So they're as generic as possible. But I was telling Dylan Solo Cuts, I'm like, I can't wait to have this resource out, the first part of March. It's going to be exciting. It took me 9 months to get these 15 designs made up for you guys. It took like 6 months to like really, and by the way, I'm doing my season and I'm doing everything I'm telling you guys. We're buying the land, we're having babies, we're doing all this stuff, right? So imagine how busy I am on the back end. And that's where I know personal firsthand experience that it just takes time. So we had those 4 core designs, the spring, the summer, the fall, and the winter. Those designs are already done. What we were working on the last 6 to 8, 10, 12 weeks was the 11 auxiliary services postcards that I'm talking about. And these are also now available at LawnTrepreneurAcademy.com. We've got anything from aeration and overseed postcards to a mulch postcard to a paver patio postcard, fertilizer specific postcard, Christmas light postcard. There's 3 door hangers that are spring, fall, and winter postcard door hangers, I should say. And all these resources are literally just plug and play. So what the program is, or the training course is, it's a resource where you get that art file, that PDF art file. Now they're not editable, just so you guys know. They're not editable to the point where you can change out any of the services or any of the photos. Now I've seen some of you guys already get pretty creative, taking the design, putting it in Photoshop yourself, and then adding your photos on top of those photos. You can do that. But we had to draw the line somewhere. We had to cut it off where we just said, look, we're going to make it a PDF art file. That way it's plug and play. You can just upload it right to Vistaprint and slap your logos on the back. It's extremely simple. I've personally done it. I went through the whole process myself. And then, or number 2, you can call it Postcard Mania. We've got our guy, Joe Poole. Joe's info is in there, and he's our account manager, and he knows you guys are coming. So if you get the postcard design, you say, hey, Joe, I bought this design from this guy, Brian. I just want to add my info. He goes, okay, cool. We know what we're talking about. You email him that postcard design, and they can get your desired quantities printed up. Somebody's asked me a good question the other day. They said, what kind of quantities do you order for your postcards? For me, it's usually 2,500. 2,500 usually gets me through like the spring rush, and that's passing out postcards one time to all of our customers in our route, about 2,000-3,000 customers or targeted customers that I have in my subdivisions, right? So each campaign for us is about 2,500. It's really up to you guys, what you guys do. I mean, here's the thing with postcards. Some of you guys know, some of you guys don't know. There is a price break on quantity. So if you get, 1,000, it might be, $250. But if you get 2,500, it might be $325. So you're getting like double or 2.5 times as many postcards for only, 50% more money, which is a great idea. And some of you guys have bigger, businesses, or you want to use the same postcards year over year. By the way, quick little pro tip is maybe get 5,000 of the spring design or 5,000 of the fall leaf cleanup design, and they'll last you for 4 or 5 years versus buying them every year and kind of not getting price gouged, but you guys know what I'm saying. You can buy 5,000, use them for 5 years, and save that money up front. Maybe you have a little windfall from a mulch job, and you want to just take care of all your marketing, right? So all these designs, but like I said, they're plug and play. They're not editable, but you can add your stuff on top of them. So whether you want to go through Vistaprint or you want to go to Postcard Mania, they can help you guys out and really literally help you take your marketing efforts to the next level. Postcards for me, some people rag on postcards, like, oh, that's old way to market, or door hangers. That's old way to market. They, I only get 1% return. But it's a very, very proven 1 to 1.5 to 2% return. I know, for me, it's chum in the water. When I pass out my postcards, it's all hands on deck for the next 48 hours because I know my phone's going to burn up. I get 10 to 15 calls. Yes, 7 or 8 are weirdo, wacko calls or requests or just crap jobs. We know that. But we always get 2, 3, 4 new customers. I mean, all the time we get 2, 3, 4 new customers, a couple of aeration customers, a couple of mulch customers, maybe a cleanup customer, and then 1 or 2 mowing customers. And it's just marketing. It's just getting your name out there. And you don't have to do it, by the way, one time in March, April, or May. Guys, you can pass out postcards once a month. And that's kind of the idea. We have the spring design, so you can pass them out in February, March, April. We have the summer design that literally has language on it that says, before the season's out, you can still sign up. You have a summer design, pass it out, June, July, August. We have the fall design that you can pass out September, October. And then the winter design that you can pass out October, November, December. So we've got you covered, all your bases. And then let's say you wanted to just hit it with aerations. And you're like, well, my spring design's not very catered for aerations. No problem. Get 5,000 aeration postcards and pass those all out in April, May, June. And then when you guys do your fall aerations, you pass them all out. They're generic enough because they're not seasonal based, right? You pass them all out again, another 1,000 that you pass out in, first part of September and hit up all those fall aerations, right? And some of you guys that do Christmas lights, I know a lot of my southern friends, they do Christmas lights because there's not really snow removal, right? So if you want Christmas lights postcards, holy cow, we've got the most banger postcard design ever for Christmas lights. And I'm just, you guys can tell, I'm so excited because I know the time, the money, the frustration that it'll save you guys. Designing postcards, although fun, sucks. It just usually sucks. It's like the back and forth, you ask a request and then they come back with like something totally like, you're like, dude, I didn't even say that. Who? And that's happened with every print shop, and I've used many over the years. So anyway, if you want something that's more, customizable in your own style and you want to go get your own made up, awesome. If you're like, look, dude, I got to hit the ground running. We want to do Christmas lights. I got 900 other things going on. We just need a generic plug and play postcard that can get us 95% of the way there. Okay, there you go. $75, you get that art setup template. It's a PDF. You download it. You add it to Vistaprint. You add it to Postcard Mania. Print off your quantities. Add your logo. You're good to go, right? So super, super, super excited about those resources. And we're always making changes. We're always making updates. We're always making revisions. So one thing I'll say about the door hanger designs, I think right now the sizing is going to be pretty exclusive to Postcard Mania. So I don't know if you can use the door hangers on Vistaprint. Just a quick little tip there in case you guys check those out. Oh, by the way, I wrote down in my notes here on my phone, if you are a Whole Ball of Wax member, check your account, check your office, because you got access to all those 11 new designs and those other 2 training programs, the how to hire and how to build your team. How cool is that? So that is 11 times 75 is like $800. Another 100, that's 900, and then $30. So you got another $930 of value in training programs for the investment of whatever it was, $500 about 3 months ago. So shout out to all my Whole Ball of Wax people that believed in me that I was going to deliver, because I said before we dropped the other 6 programs about 2 months ago that I was going to double the value of that training course. Well, shout out to all those folks that went all in and put the chips in, because you just got another $900 in value of free resources, if you will, that you paid only $500 for. Outside of the $1,100 to $1,200 of training courses, it's so ridiculous. The Whole Ball of Wax right now is $999. It's designed for somebody that's like going all in and wants to make a career change. That thing right now, Whole Ball of Wax includes the 11 new designs. So maybe you missed out and you didn't get it for $499. And you're like, crap, dude, like I want all these new resources and what do? I don't want to buy everything. Dude, get the Whole Ball of Wax for $999. There's literally $2,000 to probably $2,200 worth of resources now if you bought everything on the website a la carte. The contracts, the training programs, all the services, the resources. It's literally crazy. And then people are like, hey, come franchise out a lawn care business for 10, 20 grand. I'm like, why? We've got for $1,000 and then YouTube videos. You can learn all this stuff for pennies, man, pennies. Especially some of you guys that I've had a lot of coaching calls lately where a lot of you guys are looking to make the jump, leaving your IT jobs, your firefighter jobs. You guys are retiring. You guys get pensions or early pensions, all this mess. And you're looking to, I'm done. I'm changing gears. I'm shifting gears. I'm going all in with my lawn and landscape business. If you don't buy that Whole Ball of Wax, you're just, I wouldn't understand why you wouldn't, to be honest with you. Education. We always say, invest in your future, invest in yourself. Learn the basics, learn the X's and O's, man. Learn all this stuff that's meat on those training courses. That way you don't have to sift through 750 YouTube videos. Man, I designed that program for the Brian's Lawn Maintenance 10, 15 years ago. And if I had that, I mean, especially the Build Your Team training program, where would I be today? I'd either like be a millionaire, have a multi-million-dollar business, or would have probably had an extra $100,000 cash in my pocket from all those stupid mistakes I've made along the way. So anyway, you guys can tell I'm very, very excited about that. Last little teaser I'll give you is we're working on making the 4 core designs EDDM usable or accessible. So everyday direct mail or whatever it's called, when you mail them through the post office. I don't do a lot with that, but Postcard Mania does. So we're going to take those 4 core designs. We're not going to do them with all of them, but we're going to make the 4 core designs EDDM friendly. So stay tuned for that. We'll get those buttoned up here over the next 3 to 4 weeks. And if you want to take the same generic templates and mail them instead of hand build them like we do right now with the postcards that we have, then that'll be coming here soon. So super excited about that. A couple requests for that. And we're going to work on that in the back end for you guys right now. All right, a couple other timely updates and announcements. Again, this is like the last week. You guys can tell behind the scenes, I do so much. So when we don't post a video, it's like Fullerton's probably like scheming, doing something else behind the scenes, right? All right, a couple other things I think are going to be super exciting for you guys. Number 3 is a conference we're going to be hosting in June. It's going to be called Together in the Trades. It is a couples con that we're going to do in Waco, Texas, that we're co-hosting with the Almonds. So a lot of you guys know Caleb and Brittany Almond. They're amazing people. They're awesome people, very, very smart people. When Liz and I get around them, we feel much more intelligent, and we feel like our IQ raises, especially hanging around Brittany and Caleb. They're, like I said, just classy, class act people, okay? So here's what we're doing. We're doing a couples conference down in Waco, Texas. It's going to be a little hot, y'all, so bear with us. But you know what? You know where we're doing it? At Magnolia in the little Waco town. So there's a hotel a quarter mile down the road. I think it's the Hilton Garden Inn we're going to be staying at. More details to come. All this will be released in the next week or two. But when they do get announced, make sure you buy your ticket first because we only have room for 90 people. So that's like 45 couples. And based on the feedback from Instagram and YouTube and Facebook, it's going to sell out probably in the first hour, if not the first day. So straight up. Check that out. So Together in the Trades. What's the reason? It's a conference for couples, boyfriend, girlfriend, people that are engaged, people that are married, that want to learn how to work together with their spouse while running a contractor business. Okay. Look, can we just be honest for a quick second? It's tough. It's really tough. It's really hard. It's very demanding. And the industry average is like 60-70% for divorce rate for contractors, which is even worse than the 50% divorce rate that the country's in right now, which is just awful, in my opinion. Which really stinks. I mean, there's a lot of heartache. There's a lot of pain. There's a lot of things that go on behind the scenes. And I pray over anybody that's ever had to deal with that. Just comfort and guidance. I just wish that there'd just be, reconciliation, with that kind of stuff. Because Liz and I, that's like our biggest thing is we both came from broken homes, no like really good parental structure, if you guys will. And you guys know my story. And that's something that we're really passionate about is marriage. And Liz and I, we've been married for 6 years, I think. I should have wrote that down before we crossed this bridge. But we've been married for 6, together for 8. And our marriage isn't perfect by any means, but I will tell you what, we've navigated some things. We've learned some things. We want to just pay it forward. The Almonds have been married for, I think 10, 12, 15 years. Like they've been married for way longer than us. They have 3 kids. So they're going to come at you from, married together with kids. We're coming at you married with kids on the way. We're going to have a couple other people speak. I think we're trying to get the Spencers in. I should have wrote this down before we cross this bridge. But here's the long story short. We want to help you guys with your marriage. And maybe you're engaged and you don't know, what you guys are doing yet. And who manages the money, how to mix money, different roles. Maybe your girlfriend or your wife is involved in the business like Brittany is. Maybe your wife isn't and doesn't want to be like my wife, but she does a lot of other things on the back end. And she just keeps the house going. She's going to run the family. There's different roles, right? And so the bottom line is that we're very, very excited about this. And this was an idea that Brittany and Liz had, together about maybe 2 or 3 months ago. And they were really, really excited about it. We just kind of realized, like, logistically, it was going to be impossible without having, I mean, they could have did it without the guys, but this sounds a little pretentious, but it was easier to do it with the guys because we wanted to have a couple breakout sessions for the women with myself and Caleb and a couple other guys maybe that could, share how guys think. Go figure. That'll be fun. Because we're crazy. But we just realized we're leaving so much on the table by not, inviting the guys too, right? And so if you guys, and for all of you guys listening in, here's the scheme, okay? Here's the scheme. Here's how we are trying to get your wife there. We're doing it in Waco, Texas, in Magnolia, the Chip and Joe folks, Chip and Joanna Gaines. Their HQ is a quarter mile down the road. Okay, so you can sell it to your wife, hey wife, come check out this business conference and learn from these people and we can have a more successful marriage. All right, cool. You can go that route, or you can say, hey, you want to go to Waco, Texas to Magnolia and see Chip and Joanna Gaines? Yeah, cool. Well, okay, we're going to go there. And by the way, you have to go to this seminar with me for, 8 hours. So that's the best way we could spin it. You guys let me know which one works better for you and your couple and in your relationship. But here's the deal. We went there this last week. We just kind of scoped the place out. We were looking for food. We were looking for, attractions, just, stuff to keep you guys fed and entertained. And it's such a beautiful area. And if you've never been to the Little Magnolia place, by the way, some of you guys have no idea who I'm talking about. Chip and Joe are like those HGTV people that, hey, we bought this house for like 150 grand. Our budget's 200,000. And like, they buy this like 5,000 square foot castle, and you're like, where do they find these homes? Well, and then they put like 100 grand into them, and then they like flip them for 450 grand. And you're like, okay, cool. And then they got the furniture that goes into the house and all this cute stuff. And it is kind of fun. I'll tell you what, as a dude, I was like, this is going to be kind of lame. I actually really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed Magnolia. It was super cute, super chic. And we took a bunch of photos. My wife loved it. And you guys know me. If my wife's having a good time, I'm having a good time, right? So your wife will love it. She'll love the trip. We're going to announce it just around Valentine's Day. Hint, hint, hint. So if you guys want to, score some major brownie points, and honestly, some of you guys might say, dude, that's in the smack dab of the season. Sure is. That's when you probably need it the most. You need that booster shot in the summer. And that's why we do Lawntrepreneur Academy in the fall, which is a different event. That is for, couples and to grow the business, but that's more about running the actual lawn and landscape company. We want to talk about marriages and marriage positive and beating 50%. Okay, that's what the June event is for. And frankly, Liz and I, that's right when we always need to recharge. You guys know that in between our birthdays, I'm a June 10th, she's a June 20th. That's when we go up to Charlevoix, Michigan, and we take that weekend in between our birthdays to get away for 3, 4, sometimes 5 days, because we did the mulch, we did the spring flowers installs, we did the spring cleanups, we did the first 5 to 6, 8 weeks of mowing when it's wet, tall grass, right? We did all that stuff, and we're tired. We're tired. We're exhausted. We're probably short with our wife. We're probably frustrated at home. I'm just being real. That's what happens here. Tensions are kind of higher, and we're all on, short fuses. So it's time to regroup. And so we're going to try to expand it to see if we can get more people in the room. But with COVID and restrictions and all this nonsense, it's tough no matter where you're trying to host this thing right now. And so any which way, we are excited about bringing it to Texas. Texas was a fun state while we were there for 3 days, scoping the place out. And so stay tuned for that. Tickets will be on sale. Check the Almonds Instagram page at Almond Landscape and at Brittany Almond or Almond Brittany on her Instagram page. And then my wife, Elizabeth Fullerton. Follow those guys. They're great people to follow for sure, including my wife. She's a great people to follow. So, all right. So we've got the baby announcement. Super exciting times, right? This is my last 8 weeks, folks. And then the love event was 3-4 weeks before that. So it's been crazy behind the scenes. So if I haven't been uploading to YouTube, forgive me. We got the baby announcement. We got all these Lawntrepreneur Academy resources, which are freaking incredible. I cannot wait to see. If you get a postcard made up, tag me on Instagram, repost, tag me. I will share it. I just want to show people examples of it. I have so many people that already have, and I'm like, dude, that's a banger design. And like, dude, it took me an hour. I'm like, that's incredible. It's so cool. Tag me on Instagram. We've got the Together in the Trades. Don't ask for that, an acronym. But we got Together in the Trades coming. We're going to have a breakout conference for the guys called the Achiever Super Summit. So we're going to do the Together in the Trades with the Achiever Super Summit for the guys. You guys can figure out the acronym on that. That was Caleb Bowman, by the way. And then the last announcement is coming up quick. It's actually in the next 2 weeks. We're going to be doing a green industry hype house. So bear with me on the cringe factor because we're a bunch of 30-year-old, doopy-doos making this happen. But if you guys ever watch TikTok, and this was explained to me by Paul Jameson, who's kind of spearheading this thing. There's a lot of influencers in TikTok, which I don't use that word. I hate that word. I think it's so cringe and pretentious as hell. I'm just a regular dude like you guys. But there's merit, to collaboration, and there's merit to cross-pollinating off audiences and all that fun stuff. So Paul Jameson was like, hey, dude, do you ever see the TikTok houses, these hype houses? And I'm like, no, what is that? Well, it's where 10 content creators get together, and whether it's for a day, a week, a month, or I think these people all live together, because they're all 19-year-old kids having fun. They cross pollinate with each other's audiences and share fun stuff and do pranks and the whole deal. So Paul Jameson had this brilliant idea to get 5 to 10 of the lawn care top people, if you will, together and do a hype house. And I said, that's actually kind of a cool idea. I'm like, it's never been done before. Let's see how this goes. So we rented a really baller house. It's a little mansion down in the Tampa area. And so we're going to be down there February, I think like 7th through the 14th. It's that Sunday to Sunday. And so we're going to be on everybody's live streams on Facebook, live streams on YouTube, live streams on Instagram. We're going to be doing YouTube videos with Sean Spencer to Mitchell Gordy. You name one, you got to name them all. Stanley's supposed to swing by. We got the Almonds, Naylor, Paul, my wife. A lot of great people, right? So the idea is to cross-pollinate audiences and just have fun. Just have fun. We're about to all go into the war zone, like I was just talking about, the next 10, 12 weeks. And we just wanted to have some fun. So we got prank ideas. We might do like a dad joke off, video where, Almonds go against B&B Lawn Care. B&B's coming. And we'll do a dad joke competition, right? Like you ever see like Kevin Hart and The Rock, kind of do that, like the make me laugh jokes. And then Caleb wants to get a skid steer, fill the whole bucket with ice and Gatorades, and then go door to door handing out free Gatorades in this like multi-million-dollar neighborhood. We'll see how that goes. That's Almond's idea. We've got some other ideas where we want to like go in undercover to like an equipment dealer place, put Caleb Almond at like a Sunbelt or something like that, give him a little earbud, and then we have like a little punked action, where we're reading things into the microphone where he's got to say like, yeah, I'm looking for the cat skid steer, the 269D with the flux capacitor and the tri-wheel design, and like say that to like, Caleb's got to say all this stuff back to like some guy at the counter, and the guy's going to be like, what? What the heck? And just embarrass the hell out of Caleb Almond, which probably isn't going to be hard to do because Caleb did not sign up for this one, but he goes, I'll do it, man. I'll be the sacrificial lamb for this one. So that'll be a fun one, and many, many fun ideas from there to boot. It's going to be a really good time. So the idea is like follow these guys. It's going to be awesome to share audiences. Some of you guys know the Almond. Some of you guys don't. Some of you guys know B&B Lawn Care. Some of you guys don't. Some of you guys follow the Spencers. Some of you guys don't. It's going to be a really, really good time sharing all these different audiences, all these different people, and just lightening up, just having fun. We're not trying to be like influencers, okay, like some TikTok house. We're just a bunch of people that are just trying to have fun, bring you guys some entertainment, hopefully some value too, and I think it'll be really fun. The crown jewel, the catalyst. The crown jewel that everything's going to point to, by the way, is Friday. Friday, there's going to be just an optional meetup. If anybody wants to hang out, it's going to be a fun time. Meet your favorite YouTuber, whatever you guys want to call it. That is at Armchair Park. I call it Armchair Park. That is in Tampa area. So we're going to meet there Friday from like 4 to 7 p.m. It's going to be an outdoor thing. Should just be a fun hangout. Maybe we can bring some pizzas. We'll figure that out as we get there. But if you want to meet Mitchell Gordy and B&B Lawn Care and Jason Creel, I think the Creels are coming. We'll all be at that park from like 4 to 7 p.m. Now, here's the deal. Quick little note here. If you're in the area, come on by. Florida area, come on by. If you're within 2-3 hours, you want to hang out and you got Friday afternoon, kind of chill, come on over, hang out, just rub shoulders, take a photo, whatever. Let's just have some fun. I'm not encouraging people to fly on down. Now, I've actually had a lot of people I've said that to, and they're like, I'm coming anyway. I said, okay, then. So we will not be available to hang out like during the week because we got a lot of stuff we're trying to do content-wise, and there's sponsors, and we got to make sure that we're meeting our obligations too. So unfortunately, we won't be able to hang out with anybody like Monday through Thursday. So if you guys respectfully can like not ask where's the house and where you guys at, can I take you to dinner? Unfortunately, no, but we do want to be available, of course, to hang out with you guys on Friday. So if you want to come in, you're more than welcome to buy a flight and come on down. We're not encouraging that by any means because I don't know how much value you're going to meet, just hanging out with us for, 4 or 5 hours. Although hanging out with the Creels and the Albertsons and Spencers and Almonds, it might be worth the investment. So I'll leave that up to you. If you can find a flight for $99, that comes in and out of Tampa, or $199 and you want to just come hang out and just catch some sun, catch some rays and hang out in the Tampa area, awesome. And if you guys live in the area, awesome. But if a flight's $500 and you're coming from Minnesota and it's going to cost you a day of work, I'm not encouraging you guys to do that. But for all my Florida fans and Florida friends that don't really get the time of day because you guys are just at a distance from us Michigan people or Ohio people, then there's your opportunity. There's your chance. For all my people in Texas, I had so many people message me saying that I'm an hour away from Texas. I'm only 3 hours away in Texas from the Waco event. Like, I'm coming. And I'm like, awesome. I know we're trying to show some love to our southern folks, Texas and Florida, right? So the Green Industry Hype House, we've got a logo, we got some shirts, all this fun stuff. It's going to be a little cringe, a bunch of 30-year-olds trying to be, YouTubers, right? But it'll be a really good time, and I think you guys are really going to enjoy the content. So that's what I got for you guys. We got the baby announcement. Super excited about that. I got all my tactical baby gear. If you guys are wondering where all the dad jokes are coming from, I've been trying to write them all down and work on my game here the last 4 or 5 months, right? I know I'm excited about it. Liz is excited about it. We've got some more announcements we'll do on YouTube as things grow, and we'll show our family and all that fun stuff. LawnTrepreneurAcademy.com. If you guys want to support, awesome. I'm not a hard sell on it. There are resources for the people that want to grow. If you don't want to use it, you don't want the $25 contracts, you don't want the plug and play resources, makes no difference to me. For me, if you want to reinvent the wheel, if you want to reinvent the wheel, God bless you. That's what I had to do for 11 years. And then I realized somebody had already invented the wheel, and I can just learn from them, plug and play, and rock and roll. That's really the role of LawnTrepreneurAcademy.com. But I will say this, I do appreciate the support. It definitely goes right back into building the business, building the brand, creating the content, and all that fun stuff. And so we do appreciate the business, I guess, if you will, because it is a business of mine. By the way, a couple of you guys had issues where something wasn't working, or you bought a program that you didn't need. Guys, it's not a cash grab. If you have something that you buy and it doesn't work, you email me, I refund the exact same hour. I got you, 100%. So 100% guarantee on all that stuff. You're like, hey, I bought this. I'm kind of already above it. I thought this was be a little bit something different. Dude, no big deal. No big deal. We got you 100%. So it's not a cash grab there. A lot of you guys have really appreciated that customer feedback and that customer support. Also, coaching calls. If you need a coaching call, you buy them on Lawntrepreneur Academy. It shoots you an email to email me. You and I can figure that out via email. We'll link up and schedule those coaching calls. I know a lot of you guys have questions this time of year as we go into spring before we hit the ground running. Now's a great time to book those. But that's what I got. I got the Together in the Trades. Look for Liz and Brittany to probably make the announcement first on Instagram. And then also the Green Industry Hype House. Stay tuned for that. That is going to be a barn burner. So, all right, guys. Well, that's what I got for you today on this show. Sorry for being a little late on this early Monday morning upload. It's been a busy 10 days. It's been a busy 10 days, busy 10 weeks. Who am I kidding? It's been a busy 5 years. So, all right, that's what I'm going to leave it. And let's kick it over to Mr. Marty, Mr. Producer, who is the best producer in the biz. And we'll catch up with you guys here on the next one.
You love being outside, breathing fresh air, and making your clients happy with a beautifully manicured lawn. I love the smell of freshly cut grass in the morning. Marketing, not so much. Visit LawnTrepreneurAcademy.com as we have just added 11 new postcard designs to go along with the 4 seasonal card designs from last year. Get new customers with these world-class, attention-grabbing promotional pieces showcasing your services. These postcards are print-ready with amazing pictures, and we have a professional printer ready to serve you. Just add your specific info, have them printed, pass them out to prospective customers, and grow your revenue and profit. New postcard designs include sod installs, paver patio and retaining walls, irrigation installs and repairs, fertilizer and weed control, aeration and overseeding, mulch installation, hedge trimming and pruning, and many more. Brian also provides a 15-minute training video to walk you through the process and maximize your marketing efforts. Go to the next level with these 11 new eye-catching postcards exclusively at LawnTrepreneurAcademy.com. LawnTrepreneurAcademy.com.
Thanks for taking the time to listen to the Fullerton Unfiltered podcast with Brian Fullerton. We hope you enjoyed this production. If so, please consider leaving us a 5-star review for the show. While the techniques and ideas presented here are designed to help you grow a more successful and profitable business, no one can guarantee these results for you. We want to emphasize that entrepreneurship is not easy, and the ideas presented here are just the opinions of Brian Fullerton and his respective guests. No one can guarantee success for you. That being said, we hope the ideas presented here help you and motivate you to go on out there and crush it with your own business.
Fullerton Unfiltered Podcast.
Thanks for listening, and we hope to see you on the next episode.
This has been a Brian Fullerton and Mr. Producer production.